Welcome back, everyone. Recently, I posted a video about some of the irony of Islam. In particular, certain people can read what Muslim sources say and get called an Islamophobe. Apparently, lots of Muslim sources, for example, those that talk about the satanic verses, or Muhammad sleeping with a prepubescent girl, or sex slaves, and so forth, they are Islamophobic, depending on who's speaking them. Islamophobic Muslim sources. Makes sense, right? With the religion of Islam, we see a contrast between the old and the new. The religion itself cannot progress. The best Muslims can do is imitate a 7th century fake prophet who is consistently portrayed as a blundering fool in the Hadith. And Sharia law keeps Muslim countries firmly anchored in that same period of ignorance, which is why they characteristically lag behind so many other countries in everything from human rights to technology. But there are a few areas where Muslims have developed. The first, as I've alluded to before, is within the framework of modern derivations of critical theory, where victimhood culture flourishes. Certain groups of people can claim they've been victimized by being subjected to any number of ever-increasing phobias. Once the phobia is identified, activists then expect the harm they're being subjected to through speech, for example, to end. When Muslims appropriate this victim status to themselves, the word Islamophobia is created. It's noteworthy that the religion of Islam, traditionally associated with military conquest, has many adherents today who eagerly project weakness, so characteristic of victimhood mentality. Second, there's social media. Muslims use this effectively in a number of ways. Consider the scholar activist Yasser Qadhi. Last year, Muhammad Hijab hooked Qadhi with a baited question during a live interview and reeled him into shore, while Qadhi flopped around for about the most awkward 15 minutes of YouTube I've ever seen. Giving one fishy answer after another, he failed to tip the scales in his favor. Soon, Qadhi found himself in really deep water. Hijab had him, hook, line, and sinker, and all Qadhi could do was flounder around for the time being and do damage control later. Hope you enjoyed those puns. And that's what he did. First, it was disabling YouTube comments, then it was deleting the relevant content from the channels that he could, and then Qadhi prayed to Allah, the YouTube gods, and received a revelation: false copyright flags for every channel that uploaded his disastrous interview. I successfully appealed the strike on my channel with the help of an attorney who I learned a lot from, and I was able to pass some of that knowledge on, help others dispute their fraudulent strikes as well. Now, it's not just my opinion Qadhi was false flagging videos. He admitted to it later.
That's when I realized, you know what? These people don't have scruples. They don't have morality. They're just going to do whatever. So I thought, you know what? It's just best that I, use a copyright card and just get rid of it. Use a copyright card and just get rid of it. A copyright card and just get rid of it, because they don't have scruples.
Because others don't have scruples, Qadhi can file fraudulent copyright claims. Love that self-defeating logic, don't you? In addition to lashing out against others, Qadhi tried to dox me on Twitter. Unfortunately, like Muhammad's wives, he had too many of them, and Qadhi couldn't keep track of all of his false copyright claims and failed in his doxing effort. And by the way, Qadhi predictably employs the notion of Islamophobia frequently. Let's summarize some principles that we've learned so far. Saying what Islamic sources say is Islamophobic for some. If you say something you regret, you can file false copyright claims against the Islamophobes for damage control because they don't have scruples. Does it get any worse than this? Well, you can decide at the end of this video, because this walk that we've taken down memory lane wasn't random. It was inspired by this email. Hi, Islam Critiqued. We have received a defamation complaint regarding your content. After review, the following content has been blocked from view on the YouTube country sites listed below. Video, Ijaz Ahmad, racism, doxing, and more. The content has been blocked from Canada. The video has that title because it's a video of Ijaz hurling racial slurs, doxing, and more. It was originally on Sam Shamoun's channel, I think it still is. Someone, perhaps him, added the text in the video which summarizes what Ijaz says. The video is obscene. If you haven't watched it, don't do so with kids around. Ijaz's behavior was so bad that Shabir Ali issued a public statement about it, distancing himself from Ijaz, his former student. Now, YouTube only accepts defamation claims from the party in question or a legal representative. This means that a video on my channel, where I do not even speak, is supposed to be defaming to the claimant who's actually doing the speaking. The only possible conclusion, according to YouTube's defamation process, if it was followed, is that Ijaz is complaining that he is defaming himself. Let's add another point to our previous summary. Number 3, if you say something you apparently regret, including lengthy rants where you spew racist and perverse filth, and it shows up on a YouTube channel, just file a fraudulent defamation complaint, even if it's your speech that you're complaining about. Notice the consistency of this third principle, which combines the first two. The first principle is not concerned with the content of the dialogue. It's concerned with who is speaking. If the wrong person says something, it's Islamophobic. In the same way, it's fine for Ijaz to spew filth himself. However, if that's captured and posted elsewhere, he doesn't like that, and it becomes defamation, or self-defamation, more accurately. Likewise, the second principle asserts that one can have content removed that one doesn't like, using fraud if necessary. We should call this the Qadi rule. Late in 2020, I posted a video of some popular Muslim apologists showcasing their behavior, or lack thereof. Honestly, I can't complain. It makes my job easier, and more importantly, turns thinking Muslims away from them, and from the pathetic, popular level dawah scene, away from all of the hype and theater meant to distract from the vacuous nonsense that popular Muslim apologists produce. Other Muslims can more openly and honestly reflect on the insuperable challenges against the Islamic worldview. For those who want to parrot the dawah gangs or activist scholar types like Qadi, have fun. For those intent on thinking more independently and critically, come, let us reason together. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.